So maybe turning a little bit also the questions, moving to Germany, cultural experience in Germany. I mean, what's your experience with the Germans? Is it hard to get in contact with people? How is social life? Just to stay in expat communities. So what's going on in that regard? Simon, maybe you could tell something about your life and your contact and how is that in Bonn?
Hi. So yeah, I think it also depends a bit on the region. Yeah, I think I'm very happy to be in this region. I don't have any experience in other regions. I don't think it's to be very different, to be honest. But I'd like to say that I found people here to be very friendly. There's some ideas and stereotypes sometimes, but I had no problem whatsoever. I have been able to make many friends here. Of course, there's things like, as I said, people here are really intent on separating between private life and work life. Yeah, so you don't. It's kind of like if you're in Ireland, it was not like that at all. Yeah, people were friends in the workplace and outside, and the two kind of things mingled a bit too much sometimes. But here it's a bit different. So it doesn't mean that people are not friendly. It's just they like to keep the separation. And from a social point of view, I've had no problems whatsoever. And my impression is that a lot of German or German-speaking people like to meet non-German and English-speaking people because it gives them the opportunity to practice English. People here are very well aware of the fact that in today's world, English is required from an international point of view. So socially, I had no problems. Actually, it's an advantage because some people, maybe even the more interesting people, would like to get to know you or talk to you just because they can practice English. So I can only say it's been a positive experience for me.
Thanks for that. What about life in Bavaria? I mean, I myself graduated in Munich, I mean, I understand you have a German husband, so that might make things a little bit easier. But what is life in Bavaria? How is contact to German people? What is about the Oktoberfest, for instance? So what's going on there?
Yeah, I have to be a little bit careful what I'm saying because I'm aware that probably some of my colleagues from Bavaria are watching right now. Bavaria is wonderful. No, I think, I think the difference is, it's true that in Germany, the different regions, there seems to be some bigger competition between the regions in Germany than I'm used to in the UK, I think. And I think the differences between the different regions in Germany are more apparent to German people than they probably are to people who come from abroad. So, like Simon said, I have been to other parts of Germany, but I've only ever lived in Munich, in Bavaria, so I can't really compare to what it's like elsewhere. And for me, everything that happens here that's different to what I'm used to is just German, not necessarily Bavaria specific. I also think that I found people very friendly here. That's definitely true, and people are really keen to meet people from different countries, from different backgrounds. I just think at first I found it a little bit hard. I met a lot of Australians and North Americans in the UK who were very, perhaps sometimes a bit too open, but very open and very forthcoming with information and want to go for drinks with you every day after work straight away as soon as you meet them. And I definitely didn't have that experience here. And again, I don't want to generalize anything to Germany in general, but I did find that it took me a while. For the first 6 months, I felt like I was having to make all the effort to try and get involved in social events and try and meet people and stuff. But then once people warm to you, I think they're just as friendly as they are anywhere else. I think maybe German people are just a little bit more shy, especially with their English, and the shyness comes across sometimes as not being as interested. But I don't think otherwise there are major differences in socially like that.
I have to add that we have quite a good support system recently installed in Germany. So we have a lot of welcome centers, as we call them, especially designed for researchers. The welcome centers, especially at university, it's not in the case with the non-university research institutions, which offer help regarding relocation issues, help regarding finding a house, which might be some kind of difficult. Did you use one of these services offered by your institutions, or how was the help provided by your institution? Was there any help, or by colleagues, or also any structured help by the institution when you moved to Germany, Simon?
Yeah. Again, since I also work a bit in university, like there's even specialized talks, such as recently. Unfortunately, I missed it, but recently there was one in English. How the pension system works in Germany, what you should do, what are the different options if you don't plan to stay here when you retire, if you plan to stay here until you retire, and so on. So like they even had these kind of specific topics discussed and presented to researchers like me who have just moved here and just want to get a bit of an understanding of how the whole thing works. So there's a lot of this talks and meetings. So, and also there's like a reception center for new academics joining university. In Fraunhofer, it's a bit of a different story, but like there's still a lot of help from the individual people here. So I didn't find any trouble. Of course, my personal experience coming from Ireland, it's more bureaucratic. There's more letters to fill, letters to sign. Everything you have to agree and sign to it. So it's a bit of a headache initially for the first few months to get around. There's still some things which I signed, which I don't exactly remember what they were, because there were so many that I had to do. But like this, I guess, it's normal, process. When you move to a new country, you need to get registered, you need to enroll to everything. They need to be known by the social security and so on. So yeah.
Okay, Belinda, some help from LMU or from the hospital you're working with? Did you have some offers, or how was the integrating within in the workspace and the work environment?
My colleagues were super helpful. So on an informal level, my colleagues would help me with everything and explain how the different bureaucracy procedures work and where I need to go and what forms I need to fill out and how and why. And every time I need emails sending in German, they can like help me formulate things. And so my colleagues have been really great. And I know that LMU in itself also has a program to welcome international researchers here. I think I somehow didn't end up on them. I just wasn't on their mailing list, so I never got any of that information. But I know like a friend of mine who moved here from Edinburgh. He was put straight away on this mailing list, and LMU helped his wife to integrate as well, and to help her to find work and things like that. So there are definitely support mechanisms out there. But if for some reason you end up not being on the right mailing list or not finding them initially, I would definitely recommend just pursuing a bit and just persevering and just trying to find that way yourself, because I find in general in Germany there are so many opportunities, so many more structures and systems for support than I was used to in the UK. It's just that they're not always, the communication about the availability of these resources is not always done right till the end, so you don't always find out about them. But there's so much support there. So just pest your university until you find the right person, basically, was what I would say.